Hey, everybody. I wanted to say hello and hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good week and that everything is going well with you and for you. I just wanted to drop in for a few minutes and talk about kind of where we are headed in our Writing 440 class and kind of where we've come up until this point, and just to kind of give you a preview of what's to come in the next few weeks ahead. As hard to believe, we're right at the middle point of the semester. We're almost at midterm. And so I think it's important at this point to take a look back at kind of what we've been doing and kind of where we're headed in terms of the class and assignments and projects and so on and so forth. I've graded everything from module 5 that was due, I believe it was module 5 that was due last week. So you should have those comments and feedback coming. Several of you reached out and said that you felt like the module on audience was really strong and really good and that you got a lot from it. I'm glad to hear that. I think it's really important for us to remember audience a lot, especially when we write as accountants or we write in any kind of business and technical writing situation, because as many of you commented in your reflection essays and in other places, we don't think about audience very often when we write. We're so focused on the task. We're so focused on what it is that we have to communicate and how quickly we have to get that message disseminated to our readership or whoever needs it, that we don't always think about the audience and the audience's needs. But one of the things we have to remember when we write as accountants or we write in any other business and technical writing situation is there's more than one audience that we have to think about. You know, we not only have our internal audience, but we have our external audience, our external constituency group that may be reading our information. Plus, our writing, no matter how effective or how ineffective it is, reflects not only well or poorly on us as individuals, but it also reflects poorly or effectively, depending on how it goes, on our profession and also on the company or business that we work for, because oftentimes things that we disseminate out to a broader audience has a logo or letterhead at the top or a footer at the bottom that has information about who we're working for and what the contact information is. So we're writing for more than just ourselves, and we're writing to more than just ourselves or people that we work with or people that we would consider experts and knowledgeable about the profession. So just some things to think about as we move forward. One thing I will say this week as we head into Module 7, we're going to be talking about ethics, which is really, really important. It's one of my favorite modules that we cover in the course. We don't want to over dramatize or sort of beat the dead horse when it comes to ethics, but I think as accountants and as just individuals who are going to be going out into a business and professional setting very soon, it's important for us to remember ethics, and it's important to remember why ethics matter, why ethics are important, and what happens when ethics are not maintained. And there's bad actors and there's unethical people in every single profession, all around the country and all around the world. There are people behaving badly, unfortunately, but you don't want to be one of those people. And what makes unethical behavior extremely important to consider as accountants is oftentimes you are dealing with other people's money. And you know how this is as an individual when somebody has done something with your money or to your money that you don't necessarily agree with, how personally affected you are, how sometimes you get angry or emotional in some other way with regards to that. Well, that's very true about the profession of accounting. You're constantly managing and dealing with someone else's money. And so you want to make sure that not only do you think about your audience and who you're dealing with when you communicate, but also from an ethical perspective to keep in mind that you are dealing with someone else's money and that you're dealing with somebody else's financial picture, their financial livelihood, either an individual, a family, a small business, a large business, whoever it is that you're working for. You know, you're dealing with the core of their livelihood or one of the cores of their livelihood. So it's always important to think about ethics and remember to behave ethically in all situations. So we're going to talk about that this week. Then we're going to do a smaller module after that dealing with employment, some other issues to think about with writing for employment as you folks get ready to step into your internships next semester or step into a professional job once you graduate and once you leave Ole Miss. So we'll talk a little bit about that. From that point forward, we're going to move into getting ready for our last really two major assignments of the semester. One is the literature review, and the other is the white paper. And so the literature review will feed right into the white paper. And I don't want to get too ahead of our skis, so to speak, with talking about those projects. But just know that after we kind of get past the midterm point of the semester, we'll be spending the rest of the semester working on the literature review and the white paper. And so we're going to build those two assignments and those two projects in steps. We'll build the literature review step by step. We'll build the white paper step by step. So if you don't have a lot of experience with either one of those types of assignments or projects and you're a little nervous about them, and I know some of you are because you reached out to me and said that you are, I don't want you to worry or panic or be afraid, because we're going to go in lockstep so that everybody stays on top of what needs to be done and that nobody gets left behind. And I think you will see that what we've been spending the first part of the semester doing is talking about writing in the accounting profession and how writing impacts and influences the accounting profession, and what are some things we need to consider as writers in the accounting profession, not just audience, but grammar and sentence structure, how to formulate and construct good emails, how to make sure we design memos that are clear and communicative to an audience and that are concise and do and say exactly what we want to say. All of that is going to feed into what we're going to be dealing with in the literature review to some degree, and also in the white paper. So we spent the first part of the semester kind of laying the foundation or the groundwork for what is to come with writing in the accountancy profession. And then we'll tie a lot of those skills together in the second half of the class when it comes to the literature review and the white paper. So that's just kind of a look back at where we've come, kind of a preview of where we're headed as we get through the middle point of the semester. So I just wanted to remind you, if you have any questions or concerns about anything, please feel free to let me know. Please don't suffer in silence. Please reach out to me if you have questions or concerns. If you have technology issues or challenges, please let me know. If I can't get them solved for you, I'll be sure that we bring in somebody who knows more about it than I do, or that we do, and then we can get that problem resolved. I'm happy to talk with you during office hours. Those are listed on the syllabus. I'm happy to talk through email, telephone, or if you want to set up a Zoom chat, I'm happy to do that. I know I've met several of you in a variety of different ways using different contact methods. Some of you come by during office hours. Some of you I've talked with on Zoom. Some of you I've talked to on email. Some of you I've talked to on the phone. Some of you I've talked to in a variety of different ways. And so any one of those ways is fine. So just feel free to reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions or concerns, or if you need help with anything. I will be happy to do what I can to provide that assistance. So hope you're doing well. Just wanted to take a moment to kind of check in and say hello, kind of let you know where we have been so far with the course and kind of where we're headed. So please let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and take care, and I'll see you again soon.